All right, we back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil, and today we back with another video reaction. Now, look, today's been a day, bro. Listen. No Why You Hate podcast today. My boy Sergio 2 times over at Lefty Gunplay's show. I think he gonna be performing with Lefty. So salute to the boy. Opina was ready to go, laced up his boots. Doe Hunter was ready to go. But I had something that happened last minute, and I wasn't feeling the pot. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, man, I just got here. Look, you can see my backpacks right there. And it's already, what time is it? 7:01. I just got here, bro. So I was like, whatever, bro. Like, I'm cool. It's just one of them days. I said, you know what? We'll put it out. We'll drop a Why You Hate podcast next Thursday. We've been dropping content every day, though. We did a pod on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So it is what it is. Salute to everybody. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. The video we got going on today is coming from No Jumper. Moose being in the middle of the Bozo and so-and-so beef. There's a lot of content right now. A lot of content. So let's get to it all. Let's see what's going on. I will be live for Let's Talk About It podcast by myself, but around like 8:39. All right, so make sure you guys pull up. I will be live myself, 8:39 p.m. Right here. Let's Talk About It podcast. I haven't done that in a while, so let's go ahead and get that one in. Around 8:39 p.m. and we'll stay on till like 11. All right. So with that being said, www.shophaterworld.com. Don't forget www.shophaterworld.com. All right. I do got an announcement on tonight's solo pod, so make sure you guys pull up. All right. With that being said, what happened here? There you go, cousin. There you go. Well, it's because yesterday we did the musical pod right here with Pac-Man 562, and that video had to come down. So anybody looking for that, find it on Rumble. I'm gonna upload it tonight, so it'll be on Rumble. All right, but it's not on YouTube, copyright shit. So go to Rumble. With that being said, this episode right here, once again brought to you by No Jumper. It's about Bozo and a bunch of other shit. I watched like a little piece of it, and I was like, man, I can't believe the shit Moose Man was saying. So let's go ahead and see what he's talking about. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Salute to everybody.
The other day, I did a podcast with Bozo, and while I'm podcasting with Bozo, Moose Man comes up. He trashes Moose Man a little bit, but it's not super serious. And I'm like, what's that about? And then I realized,
I'm like, damn.
I realized that he's hating on you because you sit on the food community next to Juan, and he hates Juan so much that he, I guess, looks at you as kind of oppy as well. So I FaceTime you so that Bozo can talk to you, and that seems normal. But then we realize,
hey, you know what I've been noticing a lot? I've been noticing that Moose Man enjoys these back and forth. He likes these. Like every time he's mentioned, whether it was with the whack beef or whether it's with the Bozo or whatever, with the T-Rail, the S-Mac, he smiles, bro. He lights up. And that's because he's looking for attention. And that's what you want when you're doing content. You want people to recognize you. You want people to talk about you. And I know because I've been there for years. For years I was viral. But let me give Moose Man one piece of advice. Be careful what you wish for, big dog. Okay? I know what you're doing, and I know the intentions behind it. Content, views, likes, money, all that. I know that. But be very careful, because one day you're going to come across the wrong individual that's not going to understand what you got going on. He's not going to care. And it might be bad. You feel what I'm saying? So just be very careful, tread lightly, and move accordingly. That's all.
oh, they're back on Fake. He is with Juan. I didn't think this, but you guys are like in the parking lot. So Bozo and Juan end up having a screaming match back and forth on the podcast. It was pretty funny. And then soon after, we end the podcast, and basically, I believe you've been sworn to secrecy about this, but I believe that Bozo got in his whip, drove to back on Fig, and squabbled with Juan.
Whoa. I don't think that's how it happened. Something happened, but it didn't happen at Back on Fig. He called up Back on Fig like, those fools still there? Like, I'm going to come up there and beat them up. And T-Rail's like, oh, shit. Now he's like all scared to fuck with us because he thinks we're like have all these beefs that are going to pull up to his, his office if, because Juan was like, I'm at Back on Fig. I'm at.
Well, let me explain something to you too as well, Moose, man. If someone was in my building, bro, and they're on the phone with their ops, and they say I'm a hater world, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up my you-know-what. Well, no, they're already ready to go. But I'm going to grab my things, and I'm going to tell that fool, don't you ever fucking do that shit again, bro. Take your beef and your drama to your mama's house. Don't bring unnecessary attention here. As a matter of fact, when people are here, they're not allowed to be outside. You're only inside. On the Bozo interview, it was different because we had 30, 40 homies. Who's going to pull up when we got 20 fools outside, front and back? And it's different because we was all together. But when anyone comes, bro, like say Moose Man comes and he comes with guests, with his homies, they can't be outside. You're inside. You can't be outside. Why? For the same reason. Something happens out there, then now, we're all liable. But if you inside, then you under my protection or our protection or whatever it may be. So basically, back to what I was saying is, the moment somebody in here starts yelling, I'm a hater world, bro, pull up. You got to go, and you can never come back. Take that shit to your mama's house and deal with it over there. You think I want some dead bodies here in my business? You think I want some dead bodies right here, bro, where you think I want to deal with this shit? Nah, bro. Go deal with it at your mom's house. You're not going to want that either. So don't do it to me if you're not going to do it to you. So Back on Fig, they in their all full right to tell you not to come back, bro. And we seen that clip. I think it was on Yazzers. Salute to Yazzers. We seen that clip where T-Rail was like, yeah, I just got a phone call from someone. I'll never have these fools back again, bro. They got beef with everybody. And that tells you another thing, Moose, man. Another thing, bro. If the people you with got beef with the world, or you think that people got beef with them. When you were here, I told you I don't got beef with these people. I told you to your face. I don't got beef with these people. I don't care about these people. I told the same shit to Juice Unlocked. I go, I don't care about these people, bro. I don't got beef with them, bro. Let them do their shit. I told you, Vatos, to your face. You feel me? So at what point do you realize, like, maybe it's not everyone that has the problem. Maybe it's these guys. At what point do you realize maybe it's not Blue Devil, Bozo, Doe Hunter, fucking Opina. It's not all these people. Maybe it's my friends. At what point do you realize, bro? At what point, bro? See, listen, dog. It's hard to explain, but listen. When you're a real gangster and you come from real places, and your life been taken been tried to take many times, and you've been in situations where you be in prison for life, you don't beef with like people that are like pedestrians or civilians. Those are not non-threats. You don't beef with those people. You don't make it public. You don't go back and forth. It's embarrassing to say my enemy from over here almost blew my head off, and I'm beefing with a dude that yells at a microphone. Like, it's not an accomplishment, dog. So again, for them people it might be, because for them it's like, damn, I'm beefing with a real gangster like Bozo. Who would have ever thought that a square lame like me would beef with someone like Opina or Bozo or Doe? Like, for those people it's an accomplishment. For a real G, that ain't no fucking accomplishment. That's just fucking disrespectful, homie.
Back on you,
So
like
they actually got down.
like, hey man, I'm here with you too. Like,
So they actually got down.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not
Word
sure.
on the street.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about it on the phone for sure. But
I
You
don't
were
know.
there and you just like have been sworn to secrecy.
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
my God.
You know how Mexicans get down. We don't talk like that on the internet.
You're a real Sereno now. You're
that-
obeying the code.
That begs the question for me though. If you're a podcaster,
Adam said you're a real so-and-so. You are obeying the code. Well, this is why I told a lot of people it's hard to be a real motherfucker on the internet. It's difficult because and I've been saying this for the longest, like years back. Sometimes I look like a lame ass fool. Sometimes I look like a bitch. And I gotta live with that. Because you got two options. Do I break the code and tell the internet what's going on and look like a fucking god to the internet? But I'm gonna have to face consequences with real people when I go to jail, or face consequences with my own homeboys that I gotta see every day. It's just to look good for the internet, look like a fucking god. Or do I say fuck the internet, let them think whatever they want? They gonna think I'm a bitch and a pussy and a scary, but my homeboys are gonna love me, and then when I go to jail, they gonna respect me because I followed the code. What do I do? So sometimes I'm sitting here like, damn, why can't I just say it? And I could if I was a lame ass fool. I mean, I could. And that's the difference between someone that's looking for clout and someone that doesn't really give a fuck about the internet, right? But cares more about real life. So you gotta move accordingly. Let me give the internet this much so I don't get in trouble, and make sure I'm straight over here. Whoa, you a grown ass man worried about what they say. Well, when you still live in Southern California, home of the gangbang, anything can happen, dog. You go to jail tomorrow for jaywalking, and somebody gonna remember the shit you did on the internet. So tread lightly.
And it comes down to a point where you got to go to blows with somebody. Doesn't that mean that you just kind of lost whatever you were doing in the debate?
No,
if it
because
needs to go there.
I think that there is, I used to like 100% agree with that, but I do feel like there's a certain level of disrespect at which it is reasonable for one side to feel like it is required that they throw hands before we're going to get past
Or water bottles.
this disrespect. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I necessarily get down like that, but I understand people feeling like that because, if somebody says something about, you're going to have to play make-believe, but let's say your girlfriend, your girlfriend's not going to respect you if you just like end up patching shit up with that dude necessarily, right?
It'll come up.
But if you fight this guy in a parking lot, I don't really know why, but that might be the thing that like makes it so that the fans, that the other people.
Yeah, but the thing is, you gotta avoid situations like this. You gotta know not to put yourself in shit like that. See, that's the difference, bro. That's what I told Moose Man the other day. Moose Man was on his live stream, and I jumped in there. I watch Moose. I fuck with Moose. I mean, he did say some shit about me on the pod, and I told that fool, I'm not the one, dog. Like, I fuck with you, my boy, but don't let these people play with your dome like that. Like, I fuck with you. Like, don't let that shit that they got cracking rub off on you. You a cool dude. Don't fucking burn your bridges, And but I fuck with him. I watch his shit, and I got in his DM and his comments. I go, fool, it's not the shit you said about Bozo, because you said you didn't fuck with his album. Whatever it may be, that's cool. That's your opinion. That's a man. But it's the way you say it. You said it in a way where you were being mad disrespectful to him, his legacy, his music, and to what he got cracking, all because the people around you are influencing you to be disrespectful. If you not that type of guy, don't be that guy because you're trying to impress these guys. These guys can't even impress themselves, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you continue to do you. You feel what I'm saying? If you critique this way, continue. Don't add the extras because you're being influenced by so-and-so. Like, be you, bro. And I think that's what it was with Bozo. He didn't like the fact that you were like mad disrespectful. And it's like, dog, okay. With some people you can, right? Some people it's like you gotta be blunt, honest all the way. But with some people you gotta realize, like, even if I don't like this, that fool is a staple in the game. People do love him. He got some credentials. So let me keep it to a minimum and be respectful with dude. You feel what I'm saying? But to each their own. Everybody gonna do what the fuck they want to do, and in the end, they gotta pay the piper eventually. Dope ass hat though, Moose.
In your life, even if that you are over it, but also like there are things that are disrespectful enough that I understand how people could feel like a fight would make them feel better about.
And
the
they
whole thing,
both
right?
said plenty of those things. They were violating each other on that phone. Yeah, no, they was talking crazy. They was saying, each other's bloodlines were, and I'll drag my nuts across your face. You're fat. swine that Muslims wouldn't eat. They were going in. So yeah, I don't know what I think. Bozo, yeah, like you said, I was criticizing Bozo's AI swayed video, but I was sitting next to Juan when I did it, so I'm sure he's just like, oh, he knows that Juan don't like. But I really didn't know. I had no idea. We've never spoken about Bozo on our platform. But when I brought up that song, like, hey, did y'all see that Bozo video? Juan did say no, and I should have known then, but I was just kind of like, I thought he was just dissing him off some like, I don't with his music, but it was like, no, I hate that fool. Why are you bringing him up on the pod?
I do think that like now that all of the different Mexican podcasters want to kill each other, that fades are probably like best case scenario.
Easily.
You know, like if that's going to keep them from shooting and killing each other, burning each other's podcast studios down, I'm looking at Cholo Juan like, hey, now you're beefing with Hoodstocks.
Hey, listen, I can hear it out loud when I walk away. Or I got a nice entertainment system in here. When I walk away, I can hear it. So don't think I'm ignoring the pod. He been saying Cholo Juan for a while, bro. Let me clarify this for the homie, bro. And when I say the homie, I mean, because he's been a good sport. Even though people be like, oh, this, and that. Cholo Juan's been cool, bro. He a cool dude. He been saying Cholo Juan for a while now. It's not Cholo Juan, fool. It's not cool to be dragging his name through the mud, even though I know what you mean. Like you're trying to reference another dude, but not Cholo Juan. You know, not the truck driver, not the hard-working man with the red rag and the red truck. The truck driver shit, right? That's not who he's talking about. He's talking about some other dude, which I don't know who that is. Let me rewind a little bit.
They're burning each other's podcast studios down. Best case scenario.
Easily.
You know, like if that's going to keep them from shooting and killing each other, burning each other's podcast studios down, I'm looking at Cholo Juan like, hey, now you're beefing with Hoodstocks.
Cholo Juan took credit for that?
Cholo Juan just won. I'm looking at him like, hey, now you beefing with Hoodstocks. The next day the burns down. Like that's a little fishy.
Who's beefing with Hoodstocks and it burns down?
Isn't Juan beefing with Hoodstocks?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I didn't see him beefing with Hoodstocks.
I forget the order of operations.
I was told that it was
I'm looking
over.
at Hater World too. Like you burn that down. That's crazy.
This gum is pretty good. What is it? Oh, Negative TV brought it. That's what he had. Ice breakers, ice cubes. Negative TV. You put me on, fool. I'm gonna cop this from now on. I don't know what he's talking about burning shit down or anything like that. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm a tax-paying citizen. The other day, someone got in my. There's a dude out here, like a cholo dude from Gardena. I think he's from Gardena, and he fucking started talking about PCs and dropouts, and he tagged me, and I go, fool, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a tax-paying citizen. Don't fucking include me in nothing. You know, I don't know what you're doing, bro. I don't self-incriminate, even if it makes me look like a buster. I'm sorry. Even if I gotta sit here and bite my tongue knowing that I look bad, I don't self-incriminate. I never have, I never will. You know, since the beginning of time, bro. I remember back in the day when we was in the streets, the cops would fuck with us and put us on gang file. And they would tell us where you from and your nickname. And if you don't, we gonna put you under gang file under this gang. Like they would pick their own gang, bro. No, they would pick like the ops and say, we gonna put you in their gang if you don't tell us where you from. And I still wouldn't self-incriminate. You know, you're gonna sit here on the internet and fucking, you know, come on, man. Get with it, dog. He said we burnt down the Hoodstock shit. Come on, bro. What kind of shit is that?
With Hoodstocks and it burns down.
Isn't Juan beefing with Hoodstocks?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I didn't see him beefing with Hoodstocks.
I forget the order of operations.
I was told that it was
I'm looking
over.
at Hater World too. Like you burn that down. That's crazy.
I heard it was over them having Swifty on. That's what I heard.
For real?
I don't know. That's the word on the street is that it was because they had Swifty on.
But the last time you had Swifty on was like a while ago.
Maybe
right?
it takes a while for the pod to hit the streets. I don't know.
Well, all I'll say is that when I went to the kebab spot with Swifty Blue, when I did that vlog with him, they burned that down the next night.
Oh shit!
Or no, that night.
Maybe that's just why they're saying it, because
That night they burned the spot down.
I like it when people though, like if they
Okay, Moose Man. Someone said you did a reaction to this and you talked more in depth about this. I'm gonna go look for it. I'm gonna react to it. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it tonight. But you speaking on things that can get a lot of people in trouble, Moose Man. Some things you don't speak about, and I think that may be one of them. I understand where you're coming from, and if you really sit there in hindsight, it does make a lot of sense. But hey, who am I? Who am I? With that being said, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm bringing these reactions more unbiased, and I'm speaking on everything and anything. Even if it's people I dislike, I'm just not gonna bring their name up. I'm a YouTuber, so let's get to it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. With that being said, salute to everybody on this panel. Yeah, I'm Blue Devil. Moose Man said they burned down Hoodstocks because of Swifty Blue interview. But weren't people saying that interview was okay? I don't know. Later.